Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Yuck. Disgusting.
We do not speak his name.
Hello, folks. Welcome to episode 31 of season 2 of the GOAT series. I'm your host, Jeremy Hadler. Welcome to Jeremy Hadler's YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be talking about the second greatest Patriots player of all time. Yes, we all know who the greatest Patriot of all time is.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
We just all know about him. I don't have to hear about him. I just don't want to hear his name. I just can't hear his name. Just can't. I'm going to go over the rules like I always do here, which in this feature with the Brady being out, we're going to include no honorable mention. We're going to move a list up of who my honorable mention would have been. They now make the list here, folks. But let me go over the rules here, as I always do, is choosing 5 candidates here of who I think is the second greatest Patriot of all time. And in this criteria, I look for is the accomplishments with the team. How are they on and off the field? How do they play with the team? What was their tenure like? Really, what was the accomplishments like? And their stats, too, you have to include with their franchise, of course. And I'm not doing honorable mention like I just mentioned before because they just got bumped up and they got promoted to my list here, folks. So congrats to that. At the end of the video, I choose my ultimate second greatest Pats go here. Yes, second greatest Pats go here. But let's start off here. Who would have been my honorable mention had we gone the regular GOAT stats here? But we're changing it up here for this episode. So first guy off the list I got is Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman played 11 seasons for the New England Patriots. He just got inducted to the Pats Hall of Fame by vote from the fans of the New England Patriots, so congrats to him on that. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, 1-time Super Bowl MVP. We all know him for his miraculous catch. We all remember that. His stats here, folks, he had 620 receptions, 36 receiving TDs, 6,822 receiving yards. He was a quarterback in college, and then when he got into NFL, he transitioned to a wide receiver, and pretty good. He did pretty good. Now, what is he known for? He's known for his toughness, his route running, and his clutch performances in the playoffs. We all know, once again, I'm going to mention it, is his Super Bowl performance against the Falcons. He made that impossible catch, and that helped the Patriots. Now, what is he known for? He's known for his toughness, his route running, and his clutch performances in the playoffs. I'm going to say this again, and we all know it for his miraculous catch against the Falcons in the Super Bowl. You always hear Joe Buck say, "Oh, that's a catch." Always annoying from had to hear Joe Buck. He never did that for any other team, just so high about that. Even though it was a ridiculous catch to make, and that helped them come back from the 28-3 comeback in the Super Bowl. We all know that for. And Brady got his Super Bowl. But I think Julian Edelman, as watching him growing up, he's always very good and always fun to watch. And I think he's like a fan favorite for the Pats fans. And I loved watching him with the Patriots. So to me, he was an underrated player, a little bit undersized, but always delivered when you need him to be. Julian Edelman has to be on this list here for me, folks. Has to be. Next player on the list is Ty Law. Ty Law played 10 seasons for the Patriots. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time first-team All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, 1-time interceptions leader. He's the Pats Hall of Fame. He's an NFL Hall of Famer, folks. His stats, folks, he had 36 interceptions, 65 pass defended, 6 defensive TDs, 638 combined tackles. What is he known for? It's his shutdown ability in the game. When he's playing CB, he had to go against the best receivers in the game, and he shut them down. He shut them down and pretty good. Very physical guy and always made clutch plays when he needed to, whether it's swiping the ball, make those key interceptions like the 36 interceptions he had before. He was pretty good on that defense. He was really known for it, and he was one of the main core pieces why the Patriots won so many Super Bowls. And I get, like, you get Tom Brady and everything, Bill Belichick, but the defense is what's always been known for, and having Ty Law in that as one of the main core pieces has been pretty good for the Pats. And this is before the 2014 against the Seahawks and before the Falcons and the Rams, before all that part of the dynasty. Ty Law was before. He was in the 2000s dynasty, guys. That's where he really showed up for the Patriots. That's where he really showed up of not winning just 1, not 2, but 3 Super Bowls here, guys. 3 Super Bowls and absolute phenomenon player. He has to definitely get on this list here for me, folks, especially with you getting solid 4 seasons right away for the Pro Bowls, but not only being 2 first-team All-Pros, but you won the Super Bowl 3 times again. You were a main component and part of that defense for the Patriots into that Super Bowl dynasty, part of that run. So got to give appreciation here to Ty Law. Got to give it to him. Next player on my list, I think a lot more Patriot fans are going to be more fun with this guy, and that's Willie McGinnis. Willie McGinnis, you usually see him on NFL Network. That's what I've always known him for, but played 12 seasons for the Patriots. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion like Ty Law. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler, 28 pass defended, 16 forced fumbles, 15 fumble recoveries, 78 sacks, 672 combined tackles. He's in the Pats Hall of Fame. and he holds the record for the most sacks in a single postseason game, which is 4.5 sacks in 2005 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. What is he known for? For what I remember about him in his linebacker position is versatility, pass rushing ability, clutch performances in the playoffs, like against the Jaguars. His leadership was pretty good, and he was very tough. And another main core piece of why the Patriots dynasty started was in that defense. Not only Ty Law, but Willie McGinnis. He was so clutch from watching him. He was a phenomenal player, and fans, they just love him. I know that you guys love him a lot, but Willie, he's just a phenomenal player. You need to make the play whenever you need to. He make that play, guys. He would instantly make that play. So we got to give appreciation here to him. Just his leadership off the field too. He's pretty good at that too. So again, Willie McGinnis has to be on the list here. Willie McGinnis has to be on the list. Next on our list, I'm going to go an old school guy, and that is John Hannah. A lot of people don't know who he is. And that's just before the Super Bowl dynasty when the Patriots were one of the worst franchises. If those Super Bowls did not happen for that dynasty of the past, they'd be one of the worst franchises in NFL history. And that's true. And back then, of who was being so great for them was John Hannah, nicknamed the Hog, guys. Nicknamed the Hog. Played 13 seasons for the Patriots. He's got 7 first-team All-Pros, 3 second-team All-Pros, 9 Pro Bowls. Amazing. Guys, never retired by the Patriots, number 73. He's a Hall of Famer in the NFL. Congrats to him on that. Also made the Patriots Hall of Fame too, of course. Now, what is he known for? His bulldozing. It's the big thing I know about John Hannah, and I talked about it in season 1 with Zach. He opened lane for guys. He would literally open lanes for guys with his strength, his ability to literally press hard against the defender and drive him out of the game, drive him out on the field. And that really stood out to me about his dominance in the run game. When he was on the field, he made the Patriots offense one of the best run games in the NFL. He had one of the best run games in the NFL. And to give you an interesting fact about his dominant run game is he helped the Patriots set an NFL single-season rushing record in 1978 with 3,165 rushing yards. That record stood for decades, guys. Pretty ridiculous. If I want a run game and I want it on my offense and I need an offensive line, he's the first guy I take. He's the first guy I take to help me start a run game. He didn't have the Barry Sanders back in the day. He didn't have Emmitt Smith. He didn't have the great running backs. He had the mediocre running backs and still made him so good because of him. So that's a pretty accomplishing thing to do, and that's something that always sticks out to me. But he also had relentless work ethic, and he was very tough. He was very tough, and he was the cornerstone of that Patriots offense. He had to be. He just was with that success he had with the run game. That's what stands out to me, and he was the best at his position for his era. Absolutely, for his era. So, got to put John Hannah here. Absolutely get appreciation for him. Got to get appreciation to him. Next player on the list, this guy, every NFL fan should know. Whether it's off the field, you should know him pretty well. On the field, you should also know him pretty well. And he's one of the funniest guys off the field, too. And that is Robert Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski. I always love watching him play. Nicknamed Gronk. Why is he nicknamed Gronk? Well, he literally would, after he scored a touchdown, spike the ball so hard. And that's what I loved about him. That was my favorite celebrations that he did watching NFL. Played 9 seasons for the New England Patriots. He was one of the most legendary celebrations, again, in the game with that spike. And that was pretty awesome. And the only gripe that Rob Gronkowski will ever get is the Miami Miracle. He could not make the tackle. He was right there and missed it. He just missed it. But he made up for it, guys. Yeah, definitely for the Pats fans, they know he made up for it by being a 3-time Super Bowl champion here, folks. 3 Super Bowls. He was Brady's number 1 guy, basically, the number 1 target. That was unique because now you see like Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, but you have Brady and Gronkowski, and that was one of the best QB tight end duos of all time. Now, he's not a Hall of Famer yet, guys, but he will definitely be in the Hall of Fame. That's going to happen. But the unique thing about Rob Gronkowski is he was very durable because he battled through so many injuries. Every year he had an injury, whether it was his knee, his back, his arms, anything, he gets hurt every single year. He got hurt every single year. But he still played through it, guys. He would still literally play through it. Because of that, he got a 1-time comeback play of the year. He's a 4-time first-team All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, 1-time receiving TDs leader. His stats here, folks, he had 521 receptions, 7,861 receiving yards, 79 receiving TDs. He was a red zone target, guys. That's what his game. That was literally his game, especially when you're 6'6", 265 pounds. He has the speed. He had the traits of being a great tight end, and he did it with his elite hands. Physical mismatch. It literally, you cannot guard him, guys. You just cannot guard Rob Gronkowski. and he was a dominant blocker. Does not get talked about a lot. He's obviously known for his catching ability and scoring a lot of touchdowns, but he was a good blocker, whether it was in the pass protection, you need him to get a block off, or the run game too. He was a pretty good blocker. He almost got traded to Detroit, guys. He almost did get traded to the Detroit Lions at the end of his career. That didn't happen because Gronk was like, yeah, I'm going to retire, he said. That didn't happen. That didn't happen, guys. He just faked it. So he went back and won a Super Bowl with the Patriots the next year. So he got no Super Bowl with the Patriots. So, hey, he did that. But Gronk is a phenomenal player, especially when you use him Madden. I always love playing in Madden with him. He's just the go-to guy. I need a tight end to go run double tight end like arch there. Goes up, boom. Throw it to Gronk every single time. Gronk is down with it. It's like a cheat code like Mike Evans in Madden 17. Pretty ridiculous to do that. So Gronk, I really love his game, and watching grow up in him, he was my favorite Patriot growing up and watching. Given the dynasty of the Patriots as a Packer fan, given the dynasty, it was not fun watching the Patriots win a lot of the Super Bowls and winning with Brady, but I always did appreciate Rob Gronkowski. I always did appreciate him, but got to give kudos to him. And now we get to my ultimate go here, folks. It comes down to two players for me. We're going to go old school and this last decade as we're talking here. That is Rob Gronkowski and John Hannah. John Hannah, arguably one of the best players at his position. Same thing with Rob Gronkowski. Cancel each other out there. If Gronk stays a lot more healthy, those stats go way higher up for Brady. And who knows? They might have won like a couple more Super Bowls. They might have done that. John Hannah, on the other hand, before you hear of Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and Rob Gronkowski, the whole Patriots dynasty, John Hannah is arguably the greatest player in the Patriots franchise history. Arguably. No question about that. Gronk, on the other hand, he stepped it up because he had Brady, and Brady made him so good. But then, same thing with Brady. Gronk made Brady so good too by being a reliable target too. For a fun player of watching, because I didn't watch John Hannah, I would love to go with Gronk. But for me, I think it has to be John Hannah here. Doesn't get the appreciation that he should. And I think he's due his flowers, guys. He's due his flowers. I mean, I get that the 7 first team Pro. Let's remind this again, guys. It's easy to get a first team Pro way back in his day. However, the fact that he did it 7 times in a row is ridiculous in 13 seasons. That's pretty ridiculous. I mean, I get that's the same thing with Gronk, of like him having 4 first team Pros in 9 seasons, of course. But I think John Hannah really stands out to me with being a dominant guy, and you cannot beat him one-on-one. You just can't beat him at all, and he helped turn around the Patriots. If John Hannah was on the Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski offense, that run game would be a lot more used. It was used a bit, but it would not be used heavily if John Hannah was there. So to me, I think John Hannah has to get his flowers here. He is the second greatest Patriots player of all time, in my opinion here. Tom Brady, well, you're the greatest quarterback of all time. You're the greatest Patriot player of all time. All-time greatest player in NFL history. Still for debate, probably. But to me, I'm giving it to John Hannah here because I love his game, and I think he does deserve his flowers. He's the second greatest Patriots player to me, in my opinion. But that'll do it here, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Once again, John Hannah is my GOAT for the Patriots, the second greatest Patriots GOAT. Let's just confirm that here. I'm just going to say that. Not the greatest Patriot of all time, the second greatest Patriot of all time, in my opinion. But let me know what you think of the chat here, folks. Would love to hear of who do you think the GOAT is in your opinion. Would love to hear. Do you think it's somebody from this list? Do you think it's somebody else? Would love to hear it. And who should get more appreciation here? But that'll do it here, folks. As we wrap up the Patriots, we move on to another dynasty team. More recent one is the Kansas City Chiefs. That's be a fun video too. But kudos to the Patriots franchise history. They've done a fantastic job recently, and we'll see if they keep it up with Drake May. Probably not, but we'll see how that goes. But until next time, guys, go Pack Go.